The VA denied your claim. The C&P examiner's opinion did not support service connection. You appeal, and the same answer comes back. This is the pattern that stops most veterans. But there is a document that can change that outcome completely, and it comes from a doctor you choose, not the VA.
An independent medical opinion, or in my opinion, is a private physician's written opinion connecting your condition to your military service. When the VA examiner's Nexus opinion does not support you, your own doctor's Nexus opinion can counter it. The VA must weigh both.
The legal basis for this goes back to how the VA has handled lay and medical evidence since the benefits reform era of the 1990s. Congress specifically designed the VA adjudication system so that private medical evidence receives the same consideration as VA-generated evidence.
And that is huge, right? Because it means a veteran is not completely at the mercy of whatever opinion the VA examiner wrote. You can bring your own doctor to the table. That is exactly right. By the end of this video, you will know what every Nexus letter must include, how to find a qualified doctor who understands the VA standard, how much this costs, and how to submit an in my opinion as new evidence in a supplemental claim. Stick around for the section on predatory in my opinion mills. It could save you thousands. Here is who is with me today.
George here. I have seen how this kind of thing plays out, and it is something.
Bella here. This one surprised me. I think it will surprise you too.
Hello, I'm Lewis. There is more going on here than most people realize.
All right, let us jump in.
Let us start with the basics. A Nexus letter provides the bridge element in service connection. Service connection requires three things under 38 CFR 3.303. First, a current diagnosis. Second, an in-service event or exposure. Third, a medical nexus connecting the two.
The nexus is the part the veteran cannot always prove on their own. Your service records show you were at a certain location. Your doctor confirms your current diagnosis, but the medical connection between the two requires a physician to say, this condition is likely caused by or related to your military service.
The key legal phrase that every Nexus letter must include is at least as likely as not. That phrase comes directly from 38 CFR 3.102, which establishes the benefit of the doubt standard. The physician is certifying at least a 50% probability. The condition is service-connected.
Lewis, so the letter does not have to say it is definitely caused by service. It just has to say it is at least as likely as not. That feels like a lower bar than most people would expect. Exactly. The VA standard is not certainty, it is balance. A well-written Nexus letter tips that balance in the veteran's favor.
And here is what makes a letter weak. If the physician says the condition may be related or could potentially be connected to service, that language does not meet the standard. Weak language can sink a claim even when a strong nexus exists. The exact words matter.
I want to clear up a term I have seen used differently in different places. What is the actual difference between an in my opinion and a Nexus letter? There is no legal difference. The VA does not distinguish between an independent medical opinion and a Nexus letter in its regulations. Both are private physician opinions submitted as evidence. The terminology just reflects different communities using different words for the same document.
Historically, in my opinion, became the term used when veterans started hiring specialized medical legal consulting services to produce these opinions, while Nexus letter was the more grassroots term veterans and VSO workers used for the same concept. Same document, different names.
When do you actually need one? Not every claim requires a private Nexus opinion. If the VA C&P examiner provides a favorable opinion, you may not need one. You need an in my opinion when the examiner's opinion is negative, when the C&P exam was inadequate, or when your claim was denied for lack of nexus.
You also need one when you are filing an initial claim for a condition where the service connection is not obvious. Musculoskeletal injuries from unusual service activities, respiratory conditions, and mental health conditions secondary to physical injuries are all areas where private medical opinions often make the difference. So it is both a defensive tool and an offensive one. You can submit it preemptively to strengthen an initial claim or retroactively to counter a bad examiner opinion. Correct, and the timing affects your strategy. And in my opinion, submitted with an initial claim can prevent a denial. And in my opinion, submitted after a denial is new evidence for a supplemental claim.
Here is where many veterans make a costly mistake. They find the first telehealth service that offers Nexus letters, pay several hundred to over $1,000, and receive a templated generic letter that the VA dismisses. Finding the right doctor matters as much as writing the right letter.
The ideal physician for an, in my opinion, is a doctor with expertise in the specific condition you are claiming, knowledge of the VA regulatory standard, and ideally experience writing medical legal opinions. Your own treating physician is often the strongest choice because they have direct experience with your condition over time.
Your treating doctor's opinion carries extra weight because the VA knows they are not a hired gun producing opinions for any veteran who pays. A doctor who has treated you for 3 years has a different credibility profile than a telemedicine service that reviewed your file once.
George, but what if your treating doctor does not know about the VA regulatory standard? A lot of primary care doctors have never written a Nexus letter before. That is a real issue. The solution is simple. Give them the framework before they write. Bring a one-page document explaining the 3-element test, the at least as likely as not standard, and what the letter needs to include. Most physicians can write a strong letter once they understand what the VA requires.
For veterans without a treating physician in the relevant specialty, legitimate telehealth, in my opinion, services do exist. Look for services staffed by licensed physicians, ideally with board certification in the relevant specialty, that allow a medical records review and individual consultation rather than just a file upload and template output.
Red flags. Any service that promises approval, guarantees a favorable opinion, or charges based on a percentage of your back pay award. Those are predatory mills. A legitimate physician gives their honest medical opinion. They do not guarantee outcomes.
You have your in my opinion. Now how do you submit it effectively? The most common path is a supplemental claim under the Appeals Modernization Act. A supplemental claim allows you to submit new and relevant evidence that the VA has not previously considered.
The VA defines new evidence as information they have not considered before. And in my opinion, from a doctor who is not involved in your C&P exam qualifies as new evidence. The word relevant means it either proves or disproves something in your claim. A Nexus opinion clearly does both.
So you do not have to start the whole claim over. You just file a supplemental claim, attach the in my opinion, and the VA reviews the file with the new evidence included, and you keep your original effective date. Keeping the original effective date is critical. If you filed a claim in the past, your effective date is the date you filed, not the date you submit the supplemental. If the supplemental is approved, back pay runs from that original filing date.
Bella, there is also a strategic sequencing consideration. If your supplemental claim is denied, you can escalate to a higher level review or the Board of Veterans Appeals. The in my opinion you submitted becomes part of the record for every subsequent review.
Stick around for the next part. We are comparing IMOs to buddy letters, which serve a completely different purpose, and most veterans who use both understand that the combination is far more powerful than either alone.
I want to make sure we explain the difference clearly because I have seen veterans submit buddy letters when they actually needed an "in my opinion," and vice versa. Can you walk through what each one does?
A buddy letter is lay evidence. It comes from someone who observed your condition or witnessed events during service. It does not require medical expertise. Its value is in establishing that an in-service event happened, or that a condition has affected your daily life in specific ways.
The courts have confirmed that lay evidence is competent and must be considered by the VA, especially for observable conditions. If your fellow service member saw you injure your knee in the field, their statement is valid evidence of the in-service event, regardless of whether they are a doctor.
And in my opinion, fills the medical nexus element. A buddy letter cannot establish causation. It can say I saw him fall and he has limped ever since. It cannot say medically this fall caused the specific orthopedic condition he now has. That medical analysis is what the physician provides.
The combination is powerful because each covers what the other cannot. The buddy letter establishes the in-service event and the ongoing impact on daily life. The "in my opinion" provides the medical rationale connecting the event to the current diagnosis. Together, they address every element the VA requires.
That is a really clean framework. Event evidence plus medical causation equals service connection.
If you forget everything else from this episode, remember this one. When your claim lacks a Nexus opinion, that is your next move. Get the letter, use the right language, and file a supplemental claim. Drop in the comments, has an "in my opinion" or Nexus letter ever made a difference in one of your claims? I want to hear your experience. All right, quiz time. Let's find out what stuck. Think through each question carefully before you answer.
You stuck around this far, so clearly this is landing. Hit like and subscribe so the next one lands in your feed.
A veteran's VA, C&P examiner wrote a negative Nexus opinion stating the condition is unrelated to service. The veteran's treating physician believes the condition is service-connected. What should the veteran do? The correct answer is B. Obtain an "in my opinion" or Nexus letter from their treating physician using the "at least as likely as not" standard and submit it via a supplemental claim as new evidence.
A veteran asks their primary care physician to write a Nexus letter. The physician writes that the veteran's knee condition could potentially be related to military service. Is this letter legally sufficient? The correct answer is A. No. The phrase "could potentially be related" does not meet the "at least as likely as not" standard required under 38C. F. R. 3.102.
What is the primary difference between an "in my opinion" and a buddy letter in a VA disability claim? The correct answer is C. An "in my opinion" provides medical causation from a physician linking the condition to service. A buddy letter provides lay evidence about observed events or ongoing functional impact from a non-medical witness.
The takeaway I keep coming back to is the language requirement. Physicians who have never written for VA claims do not know they need those exact words. Giving your doctor the regulatory standard before they write is the single most actionable thing a veteran can do before getting an "in my opinion."
And for me, it was the buddy letter combination. I went into this thinking in my opinion and buddy letter were competing options. Now I understand they cover different elements of the same claim. Using both is the full picture.
George, the history of this is important too. Veterans earn the right to submit private medical evidence through decades of legislative reform. The system was deliberately designed to allow veterans to counter unfavorable V.A. opinions. That right exists. You just have to know how to use it.
Next video, we cover TDU, Total Disability Individual Unemployability, which pays veterans at the 100% rate even when their combined rating is lower. This is one of the most important and most missed benefits in the system. That is VA Benefits 1.27. If this series is helping you build a stronger claim, subscribe and share it with another veteran who needs it. Every episode adds another tool to your claims toolkit. Professor Erica, signing off.